Good morning, students. Students, in this video lecture, we are seeing here that we are going to study Wheatstone bridge and the meter bridge. First of all, we will study the Wheatstone bridge and then we will study the meter bridge. So, this is the diagram of the Wheatstone bridge you are seeing here. This is a parallelogram. This is a parallelogram in which there are, you are seeing the four resistances, and this Wheatstone bridge is used to measure the resistance of a conductance, and that resistance, that value which we want to find, that resistance of the conductance which we want to find is connected in between this arm CD, which is represented by the S. The resistance is represented by the S. This is unknown resistance. So S is an unknown resistance which we want to find by this bridge. This is the unknown resistance. And P and Q, these are known resistances. R is also a known resistance. And you are seeing here, there is a in diagonal arm BD of the parallelogram, there is a galvanometer. You are seeing that this is the galvanometer, and this is key, and in other two diagonal arms a cell is connected and there is also a key. As the key first is pressed, the circuit is closed. As the key is pressed, the circuit is closed and current start flowing from this cell in the bridge. Suppose circuit is closed and the current start flowing like this. This is the current I going, and at this point there is two paths, so current will be divided. Suppose current I1 is going, start going in this way, and I2 is going in this way. Okay? We also say is I minus I1. I2 is equal to I minus I1. Both are same thing. But I named it as I1, I named it as I2. Okay? Now, I1 is going here. Again, at this point, there is a two path for the current I1. One is in this way and second is in this way. As we press this key to this key, and if the current in this block is 0, then the deflection in the galvanometer would not be there. Means the galvanometer would not show any deflection. If we press the key, suppose the galvanometer would not show any deflection, it means current in this arm is not flowing. It means total current I is flowing here to here, no current is flowing in this path. When the galvanometer deflection is 0 after pressing the key K2. Okay? That condition is called bridge balance condition. That situation is called the bridge is balanced. In that particular time instant, we say the bridge is balanced. And the current I2 also would not flow in this path because the current in this path is 0 and the bridge is balanced. So I2 would flow in this way and the I1 would flow in this way. And both are meeting at this point, and again they become total current I and the circuit is completed. Because whatever amount of current coming out from the positive terminal, same current should be in the negative terminal. So I current is entering in the negative terminal. So our circuit current distribution is completed, and we have seen that what is the meaning of balancing of the bridge. At the balancing situation, the current in this arm will be 0, and it is known by when we see the galvanometer and there is no deflection in the galvanometer after pressing the key K2. Okay? Suppose there is deflection, so we have to change the value of ratio arms. We have to change the value of ratio arms, and we have to make sure, and again we have to press this K2. We have to repeat this process until the deflection in the galvanometer would not be equal to 0. There is no deflection into the galvanometer. We have to change the resistances which we know they are no resistances. We have to change all the resistances until and unless we got no deflection in this galvanometer. It means the bridge would not be balanced. So we have to repeat all the procedure. We have to change the resistances, no resistances, keep fixing. We have don't यहाँ पर आपको ये जो रेजिस्टेंस आपका है अननोन, इसको आपको बिल्कुल भी डिस्टर्ब नहीं करना है. विदाउट डिस्टर्बिंग दिस अननोन रेजिस्टेंस वी हैव टू कीप चेंजिंग द नोन रेजिस्टेंस वैल्यूज एंड वी हैव टू make sure that the galvanometer deflection would be 0. And once the galvanometer deflection would be 0, we can say the bridge is balanced and the current in this arm is 0. And if we interchange the connection, means if we connect the cell circuit in this diagonal and the galvanometer and the key in this diagonal, bridge would remain in the balanced situation. That's why these diagonal arms are called conjugate arms. These diagonal arms are called conjugate arms because on interchanging this circuit to this circuit, if the bridge is balanced, then we change this circuit and we connect there, and this circuit we connect there. There would be no difference in the balancing of the bridge. Bridge would remain balanced situation. That's why these are called conjugate arms. So let's apply KVL. So we are seeing here in balancing situation there is no current in this, but the circuit is closed. You are seeing here when you press the key, this circuit is closed. So why not current is flowing in this? Current is not flowing in this. Circuit is also closed because the potential at this point and this point is same. There is a condition, we know that current always flows from high potential to low potential. And what about the equal potentials? You are seeing here, the potential at this point and this point is same. Then there is a potential difference 0. It means no current flowing in this path. Because the potential difference between this point is 0. And as we know that I equal to V by R. Here V is not potential, it is the potential difference. When we state the Ohm's law, we say the potential difference across the ends of the conductor carrying the current I is directly equivalent to the current I, providing the physical condition remains constant. So this is the potential difference. It means the potential difference is 0 means no current would be flow in this particular branch. Okay. Now we will apply the KVL in this closed loop and in this closed loop. So we have two equations. First define the polarity. This is plus, this is minus. This is plus, this is minus. Current is going like here to here, high potential to low potential. We have current, this is plus, this is minus, this is plus, and this is minus. Apply KVL. There is only two voltages. First one is this, second one is this. There is no voltage drop. There is no potential difference. Okay. So potential difference. Take this as reference I1P. I1 is current and P is the resistance. So this is the I1P. I am taking it as reference means इसको मॉनिटर बना दीजिए. दूसरा जो पोटेंशियल है ये है प्लस का प्लस से कनेक्टर रिपेयर करेंगे, इसकी दिशा में करेंगे, माइनस का बनेगा I1 I2R इक्वल टू व्हाट? I1 is minus I2R equal to 0 and we can say I1P equal to I2R. Means potential difference across this and the potential difference across this is same. Why it is same? This end of this resistances are connected to each other. Means potential at this point is same and potential at this and this point is also same. Means this point and this point potential difference is equal to this and this. And equation is also telling the same thing. Now we will apply the KVL in this branch. Take reference, monitor this potential difference across this Q. I1 into Q. And this is your minus, this is minus, minus, minus rebel. So it would not be same like this, means it would be negative, minus I2 into S. There is no another potential difference, so it is 0. And we can say I1Q equal to I2S. This is equation second, this is equation first. On dividing these two equations, I1P equal to I2R upon LHS and LHS divide I1Q I2S. Cancel out, cancel out. Means P upon Q equal to R upon S. This is a condition. This condition is achieved obtained when we assume that the bridge is balanced. So this is the condition for balancing of the bridge. This is the condition for balancing of the bridge. This is the condition, and you have to keep remember this condition always for solving the problem of Wheatstone bridge balancing situations. If you want to check the bridge is balanced or not, so you would directly can apply this equation. P upon Q means these are the adjacent arms, these are the opposite arms. It means ratio of the adjacent arm are equal. If the ratio of the adjacent arm are equal, we can say bridge is balanced. It means there is no current in this arm. Keep notice this point. And if there is any resistance in this arm, we would neglect that resistance in finding the total equivalent resistance, because there is no current in that resistance, and we would remove that resistance from the circuit for finding the equivalent resistance. Keep this point. This is very important. So if there is resistance and the bridge is balanced situation, it means there is no current. It means we can remove that resistance and we will not count that resistance for finding the equivalent resistance of the whole circuit. Simply these two will be in series, and combination of this and the combination of this would be in parallel. So this is the Wheatstone bridge, and this is the condition for balancing of the bridge. From here we know that this is known value, this is also known value, this is also known value, and these all are known value, this is unknown value. One unknown, one value, one equation, one unknown. One variable, one equation. We can find the unknown resistance of this conducting wire by this formula P upon Q equal to R upon S. Okay. So this is the method how we find the unknown resistance of a conductance using a Wheatstone bridge balancing conditions. And if the bridge is not balanced, there would be current, there would be deflection in this. Then in that case we would not remove that particular resistance from this arm. Okay. Now let's see the meter bridge. Start the meter bridge. As the name is suggesting meter bridge, it means it has a meter scale. Where is the meter scale? In between these 2 points. There is a meter scale in between this, and you are seeing that this is a wire. This is a copper wire. Sorry, this is the wire of constantan and manganese. Constantan and manganese. Constantan and manganese. This is the wire of constantan and manganese. These materials are used here because these are the effect of temperature on these materials is very low. The effect of temperature on these materials is very less. That's why here this wire is made up of constantan and manganese, and the resistance which are made up of these materials are called standard resistances. The resistances which are made up of these materials are called standard resistances, because the temperature effect on the resistance made up of these wires, this material is very less. As we know that the temperature increases, the resistance of the metal also increases, and we want to neglect that effect in case of this experiment meter bridge. So that's why we use the wire which is made up of constantan and manganese here. Now you are seeing this is what? This is conducting copper strip. This is the copper strip. This is the copper strip. Because for making this figure, for making this setup connect this wire to a conducting metal, conducting objects. So this is copper strip, this is also copper strip, this is copper. So there are 2 L-shaped copper strip, and this is a third one copper strip. This is what? This is the resistance box. This is the resistance box. We can choose any one resistance by take off the key situated at particular resistance. We take out the key, that resistance is applied in this both terminals. We can change the resistance values by this resistance box, and this is the resistance which we want to find the value, this is the unknown resistance. As in this case of meter bridge, actually the meter bridge is the principle of the meter bridge is same as we have studied just before Wheatstone bridge. So meter bridge works on the principle of Wheatstone bridge, means balancing of bridge, and you are seeing here, this is what? This is galvanometer and this is moving galvanometer actually here, and we can slide this knob. We can slide this knob on this wire here to here. We can slide this knob for balancing this bridge. This is also, you are seeing, this is the bridge. Suppose this is balancing at this point. This is A, this is B, this is C, and we know that resistance of the wire is depending upon the length. R equal to rho L by A. Rho is constant if the wire is of same material. Rho is constant, depends on the material. Area of cross section is constant for the same wire. So what is changing? L. Actually we are changing L and changing R. That's why R is changing, because these two things are constant for this particular wire. So on moving this knob here to here, sliding on this wire, actually the resistance of both the part are changing, and this wire is of 1 meter length. This wire is of 1 meter length. It means 100 centimeter. The length of the whole wire is 100 centimeter, and if it is L, suppose this is L, so what it is? It is 100 minus L. This is 100 minus L. And L is anywhere to take, it would be here, it would be here. So it would be balanced anywhere. So the resistance of this is R1 rho L by A. Resistance of this part is R2 rho 100 minus L by A. Because these two things are constant, only the length is changing. So the resistance of this, and if we denote this resistance as P, not by R1 and R2, I am representing resistance of this part by the P and the resistance of this part by the Q. Ratio on just like a meter is P or Q, and this is R resistance of, and this is unknown resistance S. So student, the concept of meter bridge is just like the Wheatstone bridge. Only the difference is here. We are changing the resistance by changing the length of this wire by moving this galvanometer, sliding this galvanometer on this wire. And as you know that R equal to rho L by A, it means length is changing, means resistance is changing. And at a particular point on this wire, the deflection in the galvanometer would be 0. If we press the key K1, the current will start to flow. Current will start just like here. This is copper conducting, current goes here to here. And some current, actually this is I. Some current would go here and some current would go here. So I will be divided into two parts just like here, I1 and I2. So suppose this is current, I1 is going here and I2 is going here. And we slide this knob here to and fro, and at particular point where the deflection in the galvanometer would be 0, the current in this arm would be 0. No current would flow in. Means I2 would flow here to here, I2, and I1 here. This is also of copper. I1, and finally I1 and I2 would be I1. I think you have cleared the construction of this meter bridge and how it would be work. It would work just like a Wheatstone bridge. Okay. So what is the condition here? We know that the condition of balancing is P upon Q equal to R upon S. This is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S. So what is P? P is rho L by A. Rho L by A. What is Q? Rho 100 minus L by A. Rho to rho cancel, A to A cancel, equal to R by S. So this is L upon 100 minus L equal to R by S. And suppose at this point there is no deflection, it means this bridge is balanced. Then the length of this part and the length of this part is found out by the meter scale, which is in just below this wire. The meter scale is also there, which is just below this wire, and we can see the reading of this particular point, and we can find the length of this part and this part. So we can find L. So this portion is known for us. This is known resistance because we are taking this particular knob and the particular resistance is named that particular knob. So we can this value of resistance is known for us. So what left us? Unknown resistance are. So unknown resistance, this is known. We can read this from the meter scale, and this is also known value. So unknown value is to be find out by this particular relationship for the meter bridge. ठीक है? अब यहाँ पर एक चीज और देखते हैं. तो ये हमारा कंसेप्ट हो गया मीटर ब्रिज का. एरर क्या क्या हो सकते हैं? एरर हो सकती है देखिए. सबसे पहले एरर यहाँ पर इसमें हम लोग इस कॉपर पार्ट का स्ट्रिप का रेजिस्टेंस भी तो होगा कुछ, इसको इंक्लूड नहीं कर रहे. वी आर नॉट इंक्लूडिंग the resistance of this copper strip and the also this joining point, and you know that कि हम लोग कैसे मेटल को ज्वाइन करते हैं सोल्डरिंग. So soldering resistance is also not considering in this particular calculation. So there is definitely error, and for removing that particular error, we would take this experiment many times, and finally we would average all the values so that error would be minimized. We know that there is a method that we have to always take many number of readings for any experiment, and finally we would average out the measurement that we have done so that the error would be minimized. Okay. There is one more error would be if on sliding this knob, the thickness, the cross section of this could be changes, because on sliding it could be itch. So the cross section area of this particular wire would be changed, and if the cross section would be changed, then it would affect the resistance value. So this is the error. This could be the cause of error. And if this meter bridge is using for a longer time, the wire will be heated, and if it is heated, the temperature of the wire could be slightly changed. Okay. So this is also a cause of error. So I think you have cleared both the bridge, Wheatstone, and this is meter bridge. This is the concept of meter bridge, how you would find the unknown resistance as using a meter bridge. Actually we find the length. We don't require the resistances of these two parts, because this is depending only on the length, and if this is L and this is 100 minus L, as we have seen that rho A cancel out, only L and 100 minus L, only the length left out. This is known resistance because the value of the resistance box is written on the resistance box. Okay, and this is unknown resistance. Thank you.